Time for those sizzling virtuoso power metal ladies, Lovebites. I mean, who would have guessed? No, really, who would have guessed? In the mid-2020s, and I witnessed, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, an amazing power metal band from Japan, all female, intense hard rocking metal with musicianship that just makes you go, whoa. Needless to say, as someone who grew up with metal in the 1980s, to see that Holy Wars song, it was both, I don't know, impressive and refreshing in equal measure. And by all accounts, these talented ladies have a very big following. I'm thinking, what do you call yourselves? The Wolf Pack? Is that it? And I received so many great suggestions and bits of advice. And what I found, which was also great, was that it seems that Lovebites fans also have an affinity with bands like Iron Maiden and Halloween, the very type of band that I grew up listening to back in the 80s. And of course, I learnt from you guys that those bands are a huge influence on the members of Lovebites as well. So I really appreciate all the bits of information that you guys can throw in my direction. And there was one particular song that was specifically requested for, okay? And it's a song called Soldier Stands Solitarily. And this particular version is a 2023 live performance in Tokyo. Okay, so it's a home audience. So I'm not entirely sure the meaning of the song, but yeah, Soldier Stands Solitarily. But we'll take a look at the lyrics after the music. So let's do this. Okay. Okay, tapping. In stereo. I like the sound of that. Okay. Well, that's pacey. Oh, nice. Double bass pedal cam. Oh. Well, she can belt it. That's powerful. Twin guitar. Oh. This is a virtuoso part. Yeah! Is this the member that plays classical piano? Because I know that a couple of you had mentioned it. They're good. Like proper musicians. Slap bass. So these ladies can play. Yes, this is power metal. Fair play. Also, with the kind of classic Maiden ending as well, right? Whew. Yeah, I mean, I already said this, but those ladies, they can play, man. I mean, shred, they're so bang on and intricate. And yeah, those influences I was talking about earlier, and also in my last reaction, yeah, you can hear it, right? But you've got to say that they are flying the flag for this style of metal, aren't they? Hey. But there's also elements of thrash in there as well. And there's just like the musicianship is just dazzling, man. It's impressive. I mean, the lead singer has that soaring vocal range, which is why maybe that's why it kind of lends my ear to Maiden and Halloween, because that's the style of vocals they have. I do have to say one thing, though, and I noticed this in the previous reaction, but at the end, they're standing on these like pedestals or like units at the front of the stage, which is kind of different, I suppose. But they're all like stood on them. But yeah, Soldier stands solitary. I mean, it was full on. I'm curious about the lyrics, so we should check the lyrics, I think. Because, well, I think it's just cool to do that occasionally, right? So let me bring up the lyrics here. If tomorrow never comes, was it ever even here? Nobody knows. Trying to find key to the door. It is me and no one else, all in my hand. If tomorrow never comes, was it ever even here? That's kind of an interesting open lyric, really, isn't it? Because this is a song about a soldier. And from that text, if tomorrow never comes, was it ever even here? I think it's kind of highlighting like mortality and the situation of possibly not being around tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, did tomorrow even exist, in other words? If it's destined never to arrive, as a soldier fighting on a battlefield, which actually it's actually a very profound lyric when you think about it. If tomorrow never comes, was it ever even here? Things aren't as easy as right and wrong. You only need one thing to be proud of. Things aren't as easy as right and wrong. The only one thing to be proud of. Right and wrong. I suppose there's a grey area in warfare, right? Right and wrong. Depending on which side of the fence you're standing. It's a little bit more complex than right and wrong. And very often all someone really has is a sense of duty. So is that what you only need one thing to be proud of? Is that a sense of duty, maybe? I mean, when you try and contextualize right and wrong in a scenario, it's a bit like sometimes you hear, one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist, depending on which side you're standing, right? What's right and what's wrong. So it's as a soldier, you have duty to just perform your task. So I think that's what the gist of that particular section is. Solitary soldier, fighting till the end. I'm not satisfied. Solitary fire, even with the scars, I'm not satisfied. That's the chorus. Solitary soldier. So a solitary soldier, in my mind, is someone who's by himself on the battlefield. Maybe someone who has lost his brothers in arms. Maybe he's the last one left. Something like that. And solitary fire, even with the scars, I'm not satisfied. So he's fighting till the end, I guess. If I can take it all back, daydreaming won't change a thing. So worthless, life is always back and forth, of hurting and getting hurt. Can't change this. Like he's on this kind of cycle, right? That you can't do anything about. You're kind of in this vortex of whatever's surrounding you and you can't get out of it. And I suppose if you're in that situation as a soldier in the front line, yeah, you can't do anything about it other than just see it through. And see it through can mean one of two things, I suppose. Survive or die. Yeah, the rest actually, it seems to be like a lot of repeated choruses about right and wrong again, and the solitary soldier fighting to the end. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the context with this song. It's not it's not specific to a moment in history, but it is specific to something that could be applicable throughout the whole of history to any conflict, I suppose. And it's more about, the human side, or how it affects one person. Yeah, that was a powerful song. A very, very good song. I really appreciate the recommendation there. And you cannot but admire the talent of these ladies. Fair play, man. It kind of reminds me of a story about Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead. And everybody thought that, his image to people who don't know Motorhead and Lemmy was that he's just this guy with a gravelly voice, and But actually, Lemmy was very open-minded, and he was one of the guys back in the early days that used to encourage girls to play rock and roll, and he really admired that, and that's why he took the British rock band Girls' School under his arm, because he was like, yeah, these girls can play. And I do recall there was an interview with him where he actually told a guitarist of a famous rock band, hey, this girl can play better than you. And that's going back into the 70s, I suppose. But it's great to be able to see, and I'm not saying this in a politically correct way, but it is good to see that, there's an all-female band, but they can play, man. They are musicians. They're really good. And that's good for metal. Really good for metal, because they're making really great music. At least the 2 songs I've heard so far. Somehow I don't think this will be my last song I will be hearing from Lovebites, because I want to hear more. Alright guys, thanks.